Hello, welcome to the TryLine podcast. I am your host, Bo. This is my co-host, the People's host, Daniel. How you going, mate?
Yeah, no, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good. We had an extended version of the footy this weekend. We had games on Monday, 3 games on Sunday, which I loved. We missed out on Saturday due to the lockdown in Queensland, but we still managed to get all the games on. You got to give a shout out there to Peter V'landys. He's been great with that. He's kept the game going through pretty much everything. So good on him. Are you enjoying the Olympics, mate?
Yeah, well, for what I've seen of it, yeah, I enjoy it. I like that Australia's up the top. It's always
Yeah,
good.
we're going good, eh?
Yeah, yeah. There's been a few standout moments for me.
Yep.
Rowan Browning. I know
Gun.
you want to talk about him a little bit, but he's a fast dude.
Jeez,
Great
10,
haircut.
what do you run? 10-1?
Yeah, 10-0-1.
That's just 10-0-1. That's, yeah, well, got to say the zero, otherwise you you give up 0.0 seconds.
Yeah.
But he was absolutely, it was probably one of the most memorable Olympic moments for me, maybe ever.
Mm.
Watching that heat, I was sitting there with Tori and we were sitting there going, what do you reckon? Over, under, fourth place here. And he got out in front and he just stayed there. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
I've never seen an Australian win a 100-meter sprint in my whole life. Yeah, I didn't think he was a chance. In the final, I thought he missed the start. In the semi-final, I thought he missed the start a little bit, but still come home really strong. He won't be that old come Paris. He's building. I think he could be a real contention to just get into that final in Paris. I think he looked awesome. On other fronts for Australia, I think we're going really well. The Matildas, so unlucky last night not to go through there. I thought they were great. We had a goal disallowed in that game. That was just
Mm.
absolutely tragic. The Opals needed to win by a minimum 25 points to go through. They done that last night. I think they won by 27.
That's
So
beautiful.
they'll
Beautiful.
play the USA, which is pretty unfortunate, but
Mm.
they're through to the quarterfinals. It's all happening. We got Peter Bowl in the 800 final tomorrow night. He's a real chance at a medal. He ran a great race in the heats. But anything else you're looking forward to? I know the Boomers are on tonight. I know you're excited for
Well,
that.
I'm excited for the Boomers. 10 p.m. tonight. In contention for a medal there. Oh,
Yeah.
just also on a side note, did you see those two athletes share the gold medal in the high jump, men's high jump?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I love that.
Mm.
I thought now people were a little bit unhappy with this, saying everyone gets a medal culture kind of thing. But if they had have went back to the previous height and neither have made that height, it would have been shared anyway.
Mm.
So why not do it? It rarely ever happens. I really loved it. The Italian won the high jump and the 100-meter sprint, which is just sick. They kind of embraced after he won the 100 as well, which was just crazy. That guy is an absolute tank. What was his name? Marcel Jacobs.
Mate, I got no idea.
Oh, absolute gun. The one that won the 100. Anyway, the Olympics, I love it. I'll be cracking into it. I got a few days off now, so that's pretty much all I'll be doing. I just love having non-stop sport on the TV. Now let's go back to the NRL. I don't think there's ever been a better argument right now for a top 6 final series
Mm-hmm.
than what we've seen this year. Now, the top 6 right now are 8 points clear of the rest of the pack. There's no one outside the top 6 that I think can win the comp, and that's being generous. I don't think there's anyone in the bottom. What's left after 6? Bottom 12 teams that can win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, but
you're going to say 8.
bottom is it bottom
The rest
10.
of the 12.
Bottom 10.
Bottom 10. Yes,
Yeah.
there we go. That can win the competition. So I had a look, right? Outside the top 6, only 3 teams in the last 10 years have made it to a prelim. Only 2 have made it past that. All those 3 teams end up getting smashed in the finals, whether it was grand final or prelim. They were all beat by the eventual premiers.
Mm-hmm.
So 30% in the last 10 years outside the top 6 that have made a prelim. I think you go to top 6, you play the finals like this. I think you go week 1, teams 1 and 2 get the week off. Team 3 plays team 6, and team 4 plays team 5. The higher ranked teams get the home semi-final. And
Okay.
then the next week, in week 2, it's a prelim. 1 plays the lowest ranked winner. 2 plays the highest ranked winner. Both of them are at their home grounds. And 3, you get a grand final. I think that's a way better way to do it. You really reward those teams for the top 2. They get the week off and a rest.
Okay.
You still reward 3 and 4 with a home semi-final, but they just don't get 2 bites of the cherry.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's a great way to, and then you avoid 1 and 2 running into each other at all, pretty much,
Okay. Okay.
which I like.
You know, I might need to see a written version of that with photos.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of,
Yeah.
but 1 and 2 get the week off.
Yeah.
3 plays 6,
Mm-hmm.
4 plays 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Right?
then if the winner of 3 versus on 6, and 4 and 5 go on to play 1 and 2.
Yes.
And then the winner of that
but
the winner of those go to the grand final.
yes.
Okay.
But the way that would work, say if 6 beats 3, 1 would play 6 because he would be the lowest ranked winner.
Okay.
That's how the 1 would still get the advantage there.
Okay.
I just think top 8, half the teams already get into the 8, and really 7 or 8 aren't winning the grand final this year. We don't know who it's going to be, but I don't think any of them can win.
Yeah. That's a fair
The
shout.
Titans will probably be one of them. They were okay on the weekend. The Raiders might be one of them. They're okay on their day, but I don't think either of them have beaten anyone in the top 6.
I never really thought about that before, but I think you've opened my eyes there. It's a good
Open your
idea.
eye.
You've opened my eyes.
Oh, we'll see someone. Someone will hate it, but someone will definitely hate it.
Yeah.
But it's just an idea. I'm a person that doesn't like changing the rules very much, and I don't like changing the game very much. But I think a top 6 semi-final series would be a lot more competitive. We all know the result of what's going to happen in week 1. Like, really, 5th is going to be 8th, and 6th is going to be 7th, probably. So that's just my thoughts. Let's get to the game.
All right, radio. The first game, we got the Roosters defeating Parramatta 28-0. If Parramatta won this, they would have gone 4 points ahead or 2 wins ahead of the Roosters, but instead they go equal 4th with each other. In my eyes, what I've seen over the past few weeks, maybe past month, Parramatta I don't think they're a top 4 team. Arguably, are they in the top 6?
Yeah, I really don't know. I think the difference in class was super evident in this game. After round 10, I said in my preview of Para for the start of the year on TikTok, I said I thought they would be up the top of the ladder come mid-season. And then when the other team started to realise like where they're at and what their personnel was, I think then we would find out what the Eels were made of. That's what we've seen here. After round 10, they were 4th. After round 10, they were 2nd, actually. After round 10, they were 2nd. 10 rounds later, they're 4th. In real danger of falling to 6th this weekend if they get tailed up by the Rabbitohs. So they're not playing pretty good footy at the moment. Mitch Moses is obviously a big out, and people will blame injuries, but that performance on the weekend, they turned on each other. I think it could be heard over the mic. Clint Gutherson giving it to Opacek a couple of times as well. It just, whatever you think about it, I just think that they haven't been great. Brad Arthur could be under some pressure too because he's consistently not been able to get it done with that squad. Matty Johns threw it up this week. The Wayne Bennett is actually off contract, person that's known to be able to get the best out of players. Who knows?
Yeah, I'd stick with Brad Arthur. Yeah.
Well, I like Brad Arthur. I just don't think they'll blame the players. I think they'll blame him.
Yeah, surely.
And they've got the personnel. That's the thing. The Eagles have the personnel. They have a good side.
They do. Yeah, they do.
So I just don't know what they do there.
Yeah. I thought the Roosters back 3, they played a really great game. Joey Manu killed it on the wing. He ran for 330 meters or something like that.
He just kills it wherever he plays.
Yeah, exactly. You can play him at fullback, wing, center, 6.
Yeah.
But
unbelievable.
Yeah. On the other hand, yeah, you did say Clint Gutherson did have a bit of a dig at Opacek there. For him, what was it?
I think he dropped the ball.
No, it was a escort penalty.
Oh, what's that?
It was an escort penalty when Guther had a clean catch at it, but yeah. Anyway,
it wasn't a good look. Anyway, it wasn't the reason they lost the game. I thought they were completely outclassed.
Yeah. I don't mind someone having a dig at a player if they make a mistake. Like that was a pretty big mistake. Like to give away a penalty, 20 meters out.
Yeah, I guess in saying that, okay, that's a fair shout because we probably praised Tommy when he done it earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Trying to build standards, but this felt like every player was turning on each other during the game, and everyone was having a dig at each other. But yeah, I guess Tommy did it earlier in the year, and we thought that was all right. So, okay, very cool.
Anyway, next game, Warriors defeat the Tigers 18 points to 16. Tigers, man, what is doing? They had a few chances to kind of build pressure, and they whiffed on it. Close to the line, no dummy half. I think it was there about 5 minutes to go. Adam Dewey tries to kick a 2-point field goal. But you're 40 meters out, mate. Bomb it, build some pressure, keep them down in your own end. But yeah, the Warriors, I mean, credit to them. They're missing their best players and they still come out and win.
I don't know what's going on at the Tigers, bro. Like virtually their season on line. I was more confident of any team this weekend. Like I wasn't more confident than any team than the Tigers this weekend. The game on the line, the season on their line. The Warriors were massively under strength. Probably their best player, maybe ever, just went back home. They had everything to play for the Tigers. They were up 10-0 at halftime, and they lost the unlosable game. 18-6 in the second half to the Warriors. I just don't know how they lost. Dane Laurie was a big loss for them, obviously, but they've got to be better than that, the Tigers.
Well, Moses and Mai going back to fullback, he had a good game there. So,
Mm.
I mean, as good as Dane Laurie, probably not, but yeah.
I think Dane Laurie's a point of difference in their attack, though. Like, he can worry people with his speed, where Moses probably doesn't have that anymore. I don't know. Still, they had to. Don't make any excuses for them. They had to win.
Yeah, no, they did, yeah.
Now their season's over. We're in a game that they probably should have won.
Yeah, what are they going to come ninth again this year?
Maybe.
You reckon?
Something like that.
Yeah, anyway, on to the next. Broncos defeat the Cowboys, 37 points to 18. Disappointing from the Cowboys, I thought.
Yeah.
41 missed tackles, 12 errors. Pretty poor discipline. The game could have been, a little bit closer, obviously, without all those errors and missed tackles. But maybe just the Cowboys were feeling, I don't know, a bit of not pressure. I'm looking for a word where it's like they played two really tough games the 2 weeks before against the
Maybe just a bit of fatigue.
Yeah, that's the word. Against the Roosters and Storm, and they nearly toppled both of them. So maybe just a bit of fatigue there.
I think they were in this game. Look, I will say the Broncos were the better team, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Broncos were the better team. But that call against Kyle Felt, that no try was just so massive in the context of the game. If that's a try, the scoreline goes to 28-22, 28-24, and then it's game on. After that, the Broncos went down the other end, scored, game over. Broncos were the better side. They deserved to win, but that call was so big against Kyle Felt, I thought.
That's a try.
I thought it was a try. I think they come out today and said that it was a try too. The Graham Ennis League said it was a try. So
did he say? Wait, hold on. He said he awarded it, didn't he?
They awarded it, yeah.
And then the bunker comes in and
that's what I don't like too. I don't know. They slowed it down until they saw a point where there was the littlest bit of separation, which is just not rugby league, is it? Really?
No. Well, why even have a ref there then? Why not just let them play and then just let the bunker have a look through everything? If something, I don't.
It's silly. I mean, there was moments throughout the weekend that there was tries called when they shouldn't have been tries. There was one in. I can't even remember the game it was.
Yeah.
Whoa, what game was it? Now that was the Titans game. It was the Titans game, and they awarded a try, and they went back and looked to see if Bo Firma touched the ball. I'll put it up on Twitter. You can see there's a frame where his hand is completely on the ball, and they called that a try. So I just don't understand. Do not understand.
Yeah, just scrap the bunker. Take it back to the way it was back when you just went to the video, award it, or go to the video ref.
I reckon to go even further back. Bring back in-goal referees. So you have a referee in the game, and then you have a referee whose only job is to be on top of the ball to see if it's scored or not.
Yeah.
We have that at junior leagues in semi-finals and grand finals. I think it's good. I don't know. The bunkers, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Kyle Felt disallowed try, but yeah.
It wasn't the reason they lost the game, though. Okay? The Broncos were the better side. I just think that's a massive call.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, Knights defeat the Raiders 34-24. A bit of a shocker for me. Raiders were on a roll, beat 3 teams in a row, all in the top 8. And then they come out and I don't know what happened. They didn't look like the same team. Credit to the Knights, they looked Bradman Best especially looked dangerous on that left edge. Every time he got the ball. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I could not believe that result. And Bradman Best was the difference in that game. He was absolutely unbelievable. I was writing down in my notes early. I said it right before he scored too. Every time he touched the ball, he either left someone on the ground or found an offload. And he just looked so good. Tuala really benefited of being outside him. And that guy is that much of a difference. They were awesome with him in the side because they have a little bit of strike, and it takes a little bit away from Ponga, and even Ponga looked better. I think that's a really good sign for the Knights. The Raiders, though, they were really poor, I thought.
Yeah, for sure.
the scoreline kind of makes it look a little bit better than what it was. They scored 2 tries in the last 10 minutes. But the game was over. The game was completely over. I thought they were terrible, really.
Yeah, well, they were total opposite of what we saw the last 2-3 weeks, where they beat Manly, Eels, and Sharks. But I don't.
Especially the Para game. They were outstanding in that game, which is not great for you guys, but they were really, really solid in that game. And then they toss up this. I think Jared Croker was very, very poor on the weekend. I thought he's really poor. Oh, Sebastian Chris looked a little bit worried every time Bradman Best got the ball. To be honest, I would be worried every time he got the ball. He's got a big head too. Have you noticed his head kind of goes back and out?
I don't. No, I don't really.
No, I've noticed, and it looks scary. It looks aerodynamic.
That would be the worst. Well, if it's
It
wider,
would be worse.
it'd be worse.
No, but it's like streamlined.
Oh,
Comes from here and comes out. It's beautiful.
Okay.
No, I thought Jared Croker was pretty poor on the weekend, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, he's getting there. He's getting pretty old, so maybe time to hang him up. Anyway, Storm defeat the Panthers 37 points, to 10. A game that didn't shock me on the other hand. Storm just smashed them. I think you called this early last week. The Storm were, minus 10.5 at the line?
Minus 10.5. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
At $1.90. $1.90.
Yeah, $1.90.
Put my house on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Storm was just way too strong. Panthers were hampered with injury, and I thought they scrambled well early. Like, you could see that the intent was there, especially early. I thought they saved a few tries, but the Storm were always going to be too strong for them, to be honest.
Yeah, there's been probably earlier on in the year and towards the end of last year where you're thinking that Melbourne left edge attack was probably one of the best in the comp, and they were going right this game, and they looked just as good. So. And they
get it done. They get it done however they want to get it done.
Yeah, and they got Harry Grant, Ryan Papenhuyzen come off the bench. Harry Grant had a blinder,
an absolute blinder. I got that written here too. I thought he was outstanding.
Yeah, he was great coming off the bench, and Brandon Smith going into the middle.
How good's Jerome Hughes? Just quietly, he's outstanding.
Yeah,
he's outstanding.
To think he's not even a 7. He was a fullback. He's a fullback.
He's not a 7. I don't know. And who's taking his what's the right center's name again? Remus Smith. He's taking his career to another level. How often do we hear that? You just know Xavier Coates is going to go there next year and be a superstar.
Oh yeah, for sure. Top try scorer. Put write that one down.
I still don't think the Panthers are gone. 27 points. I don't think this means too much for them for their season. I think they bring Nathan Cleary back. They're a different team.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, Rabbitohs defeat the Dragons 50 points to 14. Latrell, absolute gun. That one run on the left edge where he left about 5-6 plays in his wake. He's unbelievable. When he's on, he's almost unstoppable one-on-one.
Which he's very, very motivated this year, which is really good to see.
Yeah, he is.
I thought the Dragons really had a shot in this game, though. It should have been 12-all. It was 12-10. They hit the post about right next to the upright. Then the next set, Ben Hunt kicks a 40-20. They're all over him. In the next 6 minutes, they make 2 errors and give away a penalty, and the game's over. Rabbitohs go down the other end, score. Tane Mill goes over, and then they get their tails up. Cody Walker, 3 try assists, a try himself, 4 line break assists. He's one of the best in the comp when they're going forward.
Yeah, well, you think Wayne Bennett's got him firing at the right time of the year again?
I think so, but I'm still worried about them playing Penrith or the Storm, to be honest. I just think they might give up too many points. And another thing too, Manly give up a lot of points too, which is kind of...
That's true. Great. That's true. Yeah, I've got written down here, Cody Walker and Aaron Reynolds just doing an awesome job down there at the Bunnies. But anyway, on to the Titans first. Oh, go on.
We've been keeping an eye on the USA game because they're currently playing at the moment. They've gone on a 22-6 run to start the third quarter. Now 65-49.
Wow.
So they'll be coming home with that. It was looking dicey. It was level at halftime against Spain. So we've just been keeping an eye on that because we want the Boomers to take home the gold.
Yes, let's go. Anyway, Titans defeat the Doggies 34 points to 6. Not too much to say about this game. It's, like Bulldogs, they're just not a very good team at the moment.
I had it written here. The Titans should be winning this game. This shouldn't be a shock to anyone. And the Titans should be winning this and winning it by the margin that they did. 6 points, that's a good result for the Titans too. They've been known to leak some points against lesser sides. So good on them. It's a good win. The Bulldogs just had no go forward without Luke Thompson. That guy's a difference maker. He
Yeah.
will be a great player going forward, especially for them next year when they get a couple of strike players there. But the Bulldogs aren't a very good side at the moment. I don't think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, on to the last game of the round. Manly defeat the Sharks 40 points to 22.
Tommy defeats the Sharks 40 points to 22. That guy's just built different.
I've got his stats here: 227 meters, 3 try assists, 3 line breaks, 4 line break assists,
Yep.
15 tackle breaks, and only played 67 minutes.
Yeah, I because we talk about it all the time, right? I've tried to put it on Instagram. This is someone's career best performance. This is some guy's best night that they'll ever play in their life. That's just a Monday night for him. That's just we've seen this performance 10 times this year.
Yeah.
Hayne did some special things that I'd never seen on the field in 2009. Ben Barber done some really special things in 2012. Tom Trbojevic is having a special season, not a special 9-week stretch or not a special 6-week stretch. He's having a very special year.
Yeah.
Like the bloke is untouchable at the moment. I'm worried about the points they give up though. 22 points. They shouldn't be conceding that. I saw someone on Twitter. I can't remember who it was, but they give up 22 points against the Sharks, 22 against the Tigers, 18 against the Dragons, 30 against the Raiders, 24 against the Titans, 18 against the Cowboys, 18 against the Knights, 32 against the Warriors. Like these are all not sides that they should be in games with, really. Yes, they did manage to win a lot of those games and outscore their opponents, but can't give Melbourne that much of a start.
No, definitely not. Yeah, that's all those kind of lesser teams there.
Yeah.
Like give Panthers, maybe even Bunnies, Roosters, and Melbourne.
Yeah, but some of those sides there are pretty low sides. Like they shouldn't be giving up that much of a lead to them. So that's a little bit worrying. When Tommy went off the field, I think the Sharks ran in 2 tries pretty quickly.
Yeah, late the piece.
So they just got to tighten that up. And I said that a couple of weeks ago. I'd like to see them start focusing a little bit on the defensive end. We're going to really get to see where they're at in the context of the season. In the next couple of weeks, they got the Storm, and then they got Para.
I think that's
and then they finished with the mighty Cowboys. So they might rest every single player for that game.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be resting a few players for that game.
Anyway, we'll see what they're made of against Melbourne this week, really.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to actually ask you a question. If both Cleary and Turbo are healthy, you got to pick one to build around.
Cleary? Just because he can win you almost any game. Tommy, yeah, can, but I really think you can't really keep. Well, you can't really keep Tommy out of the game either, really, can you?
No, you can't.
But I feel like we're going to see what they're like against Melbourne, because Melbourne are very good at shutting down a single player. I heard Isaac John talk about this earlier. Who was the best player in 2009?
Hayne.
Who beat him in the grand final?
Oh, well, obviously Melbourne.
Yeah. Who was the best player in 2012? Ben Barber.
All right, yeah.
Who beat him in the grand final?
Melbourne.
You know what I mean? So they're two of the greatest individual seasons we've seen. You can even add Michael Morgan's run in 2017 from 8th to 1st. He was probably the best player in the year. Melbourne beat him in the grand final. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
They're very good at shutting down one player.
But it's
very, very good at shutting down one player.
I think out of all those players you said,
it is Tommy though.
Out of all those players you said, Tommy is he's better than them.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to see how much better he is. Like if they can come out and beat Melbourne, and he can have a game, which I think he will have a game, then you put the nail in the coffin. That's it for the argument. But it's very interesting to see when they do come up against one player that they need to shut down. They're very good at that. When they come up against a good side like the Roosters, when they played them in 2018, they were good all over the park. They had strike, a little bit tougher for them. But if they come up against one player, they know how to get it done.
I was going to ask you a question, actually. The Storm, when's the last time the Storm lost?
Round 3 to Para, was it? Or round 3 to Penrith? One of those two.
It's a long time. Penrith. Yeah. That's a long time.
Yeah, I think they lost back-to-back.
Yeah, they did Para and Penrith. And then they
talk about a tough run to the start of the year. They had South, Para, Penrith.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. The only way that could have been tougher if they played the mighty Cowboys in between that.
They got a pretty easy run home too. They
Yeah, I think
got Sharks, they got Para, they got the Titans.
they should be winning all
Yeah,
those. And this week's very interesting for them. And then they'll probably rest some people for that Sharks game at the end of the season, you'd think.
yeah. Well, they got depth to cover it anyway. Like
They got
they've
so
been
much
missing
depth.
Harry Grant and Ryan Papenhuyzen forever, and they just keep on finding a way.
Anyway, guys, that's it for this week. Remember, if the Cowboys and Eels don't win this weekend, the giveaway will not go off. Every single comment on a new video is another entry. It's free to enter. Might as well comment, leave a like. Let me know what you think of the top 6. Let me know what you think of the great Australian Olympic team. Emma McKeon is an absolute G. The swimmers, the women, mate, I think we've only got 2 medals so far on land. The rest have been on water, so that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Anything to add? Go the Boomers.
yeah. Go the Boomers. If you want to watch them play, they're playing at 10 p.m. tonight. So get
Get around
amongst
them,
them.
guys. All right. Thanks, guys.